Alright, starting off here, doing a bike ride on Saturday, November 16th, from Edinburg down to, I'd say near Central McAllen. Not quite, not to like their downtown area, but close to it, down to a park that's down the Second Avenue, um, Second Avenue bike path. So I just want to document a bit of the biking infrastructure, especially around here in Edinburg, because it really lacks. So I'll just point out some things. I'm gonna turn and go east onto Freddy Gonzalez. And you see here this sidewalk, cars are coming by here, probably about, speed limit's 45. People travel well north of 60 miles an hour, and you see this a 4-foot wide sidewalk, and then you're right next to cars. So as a pedestrian, as a cyclist, this is not fun. Thanks to this person for stepping out. I would have gone around here. I gave them plenty of room, but they heard me coming up. I was recording with my lav mic, but I'm on a Insta360 1R camera, and I forgot to turn off the noise cancellation, so you can't really hear my voice at all. The wind was pretty strong. I had a decent headwind going here, so wind was kind of quick, and that's all you can hear on the mic. That's why I'm overdubbing here. Next intersection here is Monmouth, and they just installed this 4-way stop a couple months ago. I think I was looking at the city projects. I think they plan on turning this into an actual stoplight, which I think would be good here. I've had a couple sketchy run-ins on bike crossing this, and people almost turning into me or flying down Monmouth to the stop sign and not really seeing me. It wasn't bad today, but it has happened. So having a stoplight there with a dedicated walk signal. The other day I saw somebody just blow by that, blow right through that stop sign, which is scary. Some of these curb cuts going down Freddy G are a little sketchy. Again, I'm on a Brompton A Line, so it's 16-inch wheels. It's really like a city commuter bike. So trying to go, there's a pretty big pothole. You don't want to take a pothole on. I mean, it can do it, but you getting pretty jostled around on it. This thing works best on nice smooth pavement. I take it down the canal trails and stuff, but not what it's made for. It has little skinny road tires on it. I really want to get the Brompton G line when that's released in the United States, I think in March of 2025. Because that will be fun to bomb down the canals with. And there are a lot of canals around here in Edinburg and in McAllen, so having something that handles that would be great. Avoiding a pothole there. Coming up to the businesses on Freddy G here. This was a Saturday morning, so not too concerned about people coming in and out of those businesses. As far as like traveling on Freddy G on the bike, like honestly, there's no bike lane, not even like there's no room. Honestly, it's 4 lanes. There's no center lane or center turning lane. There's no bike lanes on either side. You'd be at the mercy of people like seeing you and going around you. I don't trust drivers that much, especially given how fast people go on this street. Absolutely no way. I think the sidewalk is the only way to go down Freddy G. They really need to widen the sidewalk or extend the Freddy G bike path that starts over on Sugar Road. They need to extend it down here because it's kind of ridiculous that you have to ride your bike on the sidewalk, and down McColl too. So I'm at the intersection of Freddy G and McColl here, and I'm gonna head south down McColl when I get a light. Alright, just cut the video here. There's no sidewalk here going south, so again, off-road on a Brompton, not too bad, but just put in some pedestrian infrastructure, please. Here I was debating, do I go over that? No, the Brompton can't handle that. It's like a steep, going into like this steep grass bank, so I just waited for the road to clear and then just went down to the next driveway cut and then down to the sidewalk. Again, here, this you can't bike on the road here safely. I'm not risking it, at least. Cars are going, the speed limit here down McColl is 55 miles an hour. So people travel between 40 and 70 pretty regularly on that. So without any sort of dedicated bike lane, or especially not no protected lane, like you don't want to be in that road. Sidewalk is fine, like nobody really walks down here, but the sidewalk is nice, so you can bike on it. Another car wash. Car washes are just like the thing in the valley. I think they're money laundering schemes. That's not mine. That's kind of like everyone says that all the car washes are money laundering schemes. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but there are so many, and a lot of times you like don't see anyone at them. Like, who needs? I wash our car twice a year in our driveway. They're doing construction here, so this is sketchy, but not bad. Again, I just gotta emphasize, like on any sort of bike with bigger wheels, like little gravelly parts aren't gonna be a big deal. But on the Brompton, you gotta just be careful. It's a very twitchy bike. It's fun. Like, you get up to speed real quick. You can't go too fast, but you can accelerate quickly. It's agile. It turns on a dime, but with those tiny tires, like, you gotta be careful on any sort of gravel, sand, big cracks in the sidewalk. Coming back from this bike ride, I almost ate it. There's just like a little crack in the sidewalk that was running like kind of parallel to my tire, and my tire just didn't roll over it, just kind of like skidded out on it, and I almost went flying off the bike, but managed to control it. I had a pretty healthy headwind here. Kind of sucked. Wasn't too bad, but yeah, I'm going pretty slow. And then the sidewalk just ends here before you get to Hobb Drive or Hobb Street. There is a pretty well beaten in trail though, like, and even on the Brompton, this isn't too bad. A little off road, and it's kind of fun because it dips down here into this ditch. But why there's no sidewalk, I don't know. Just have a sidewalk connecting all this, because the sidewalk starts on the other side of this, but no sidewalk here. that probably fills up with water pretty quick when it rains. This is Hobbs Street that I'm coming to. Hobbs goes over from McColl over to 10th Street, and I was just taking a right on this to head into the Lake James Webb area subdivision, real ritzy subdivision in Edinburg. I have a Garmin Varia radar light, which is really nice. So like here, I didn't really have to looking back of myself, just because the radar tells me when cars are approaching, and the way the light works, like when it sees a car approach and it like flashes more intensely, and it's a really bright light, and I noticed that like people back off you real fast, like it catches everyone's attention. I wouldn't trust that 100%, but I do trust it as long as it remains paired with the phone app. It will detect every car in back of you. The key though is making sure it's paired. On my ride back, I didn't realize for a couple miles that it wasn't paired. So I just wasn't seeing the traffic in back of me. So that can be dangerous if you're relying on it. But it's not paired. It should give you some, I don't know, flashing, and it didn't give me any indication that it wasn't paired either. So that was a bit concerning. I'm coming up on, I believe this is Michael's Street, something like that. It's just like street with a boulevard median in the middle, that just runs down to the lake. It's a nice area to bike in, nice houses. The large trees block the wind a bit too, so I don't know that my speedometer is correct here. It says I'm only going 5 miles an hour. That doesn't seem right. I know it seemed a little off on some parts. Like in one part it said I was going 22 miles an hour, and I really doubt that. Like the Brompton just doesn't move like that. Maybe I had some good wind at my back or something, but the Brompton like tends to max out around, I don't know, 17 miles an hour or so. But maybe I had some wind pushing me. You'll see in a couple minutes here. The wind is at my back. So I'm making my way over to the McAllen 2nd Street bike path, which is a real nice path. I'm on Lake Drive now. So this Lake Drive goes around the lake. And then up here I'll take a left onto Karen Drive, or Karen Lane, something. Church folks out today? I don't know what these groups of people out. Yeah, here it's thinking I'm going 15 miles an hour. I don't recall going that fast. I think I had a nice backwind here, but yeah, 22 miles an hour, 23 miles an hour. I doubt that's correct. There's no way. It doesn't look that fast on the video. Then you come to this cul-de-sac here, and there's this little tiny path that lets you cut through the cul-de-sac over to a dirt path. Now I'm heading south. The road over beyond the camera view is Colonel Row Boulevard, and I'm heading south on a little dirt path where there's access to the canal network here. There's a lot of mountain biking trails and over to the left off of the camera. There's like some makeshift jumps and stuff. Then here I'm coming out to Colonel Row. Just have to cross this bridge to get to the 2nd Street bike trail. I think it's called the 2nd Street bike trail because it's the other end of it. This is the north end of it where it loops around and ends at the north end. I believe the south end starts on the same street, but it's in south of the highway in McAllen, and I think it's just 2nd Street after the highway, so 2nd Street bike path. Real nice bike path. Okay, in the interest of time, I'm gonna 300% this clip, going very fast now, 6 miles an hour. This is Wisconsin Street. That's kind of a sketchy crossing. The crosswalk is way before the actual stop sign, so you gotta get people to see you and stop for you. These people were not about to hear me dinging them behind them. They were not gonna move out of the way. Again, I'm heading south and I had quite a headwind here this whole ride, so like, yeah, the Brompton can go pretty easily up to 15 miles an hour, but that you can't be fighting wind on it. It's not an aerodynamic bike. You're sitting very upright, so yeah, going fast, especially into a headwind, is not an option. There's a park there on the left. There's all those water fountains, which is awesome because it's hot. It's South Texas. It's hot. I was carrying water with me, but it was nice to have that. This is where am I at here? This is Trenton. Cross at Trenton. I don't know if this is a spot where somebody, I don't know if it was there. It might have been the next one where somebody was getting a little too close for comfort. Another place where there's a water fountain there. Heading south on the bike path. Towards my next major intersection will be Dove Avenue. Got past. That guy's going fast. I mean, faster than me, I guess. Probably going like 15, 18 miles an hour. Oh, water break. Just feeling it. I think I snorted some water there. Trying to think what street that was. I don't know. Martin, maybe? Can't recall. Not quite to Dove, though. There's a bus route too. The number 7 bus in McAllen goes up and down Colonel Row, so that's an option to get around, especially maybe in the summer when it's really hot. This person saw me, I think. I was behind this little walking family with kids, so I decided to take this alternate route, which you'll see these on the bike path. There's usually, or in a lot of places, there's 2 different routes. Had a curb here too, and again, Brompton's not much of a curb hopper, so had to be careful there. And came out at Dove here. So going right would take you over by like Lowe's and Sprouts on 10th. I think this guy, yeah, that car there, I was yelling at them because they slammed on their brakes for me. So like, good, they ain't run me over. But then the car behind them almost rear-ended them. That was pretty dumb. Nice shade here. It wasn't hot. It was 82 degrees maybe. It was warm, definitely warm, and getting warmer. But wasn't terrible. Humidity wasn't too high. So I think Nolana would be my next major intersection. Yeah, there's some businesses here up on the left. Sports bar. Something else too. Gotti's Pizza, that's it. Wells Fargo Bank, and then Nolana. The street is huge. It's 6 lanes, 3 going each way. That stoplight is really long. I just cut it here and still have to wait for it. There we go. Yeah, big street. The next major intersection, I didn't get to the next major one. I think the next major one would be Pecan in McAllen. And then after Pecan is Business 83. I forget what the actual street is called. Just like the main, the one that like borders the north side of McAllen's downtown. And I didn't make it. That was my goal, was to make it that far. But I was getting tired. I was fighting a headwind this entire way going south for like, I don't know what, I think about 5 miles, just 4 miles or so down this bike path. Wind in my face the whole way. So I got tired out, and I'm a new cyclist. I'm 43 years old. I'm not in the best physical shape, not terrible, but I was getting tired. So I was gonna end it right about here. This is coming up in a little bit, I guess. La Vista Park, I believe, is where I finally got to. Actually, it's not quite yet. It says past a couple more. Down the path a little bit more yet. Yeah, so I'm still working up, trying to go like 15-mile rides. That's kind of my goal, is to be able to do like 15-mile rides pretty consistently at a pretty decent clip. Maybe that won't be on the Brompton. I love riding the Brompton. It's what I take to work, because I can take it right into my office. So it's great for commuting. For this type of bike ride though, it's not terrible, but by about mile 10 on the bike, I was really feeling it. I only filmed the way to like my turnaround spot. I didn't film the way back, just because I wouldn't have had enough space on my memory card or battery probably. But this is where I ended it here. I think this is La Vista Park in McAllen. And overall this bike ride was in total just about 13 miles, and I showed you the 6.5 miles of that there. And that's it. All right.